This is Gordon Parks, successful and honored photojournalist. His career as composer, poet, and author has brought him worldwide recognition. His music, like the music you're hearing, has been performed by symphony orchestras in New York, Philadelphia, Venice, and Munich. His books have been published in 9 languages. The 15th and youngest child of a Kansas farmer, he told of how it was growing up in his best-selling novel, The Learning Tree. And now, Gordon Parks has returned to the town where he lived it, and there made that story into a motion picture.
Maybe he's with Jack. Now don't start worrying stuff.
I'll find him, Mama. Hurry, Pete!
You want to ride home?
No, thanks. It's okay.
Yeah, might as well. I'm going the same way.
I'll buy the 2 of you a Coke at the drugstore. Well, I guess it's okay if you want to.
Good gracious. Chauncey.
Huh?
You better come to, boy, and get that girl out of there before your father gets here for lunch. You hear me, boy?
Okay. Quit hollering, Sarah.
I come to get what you owe me. Now, come on, Jake, give it to me. Help! Come on, Tucker, better.
Kirky's coming.
Are we gonna live here all our lives?
Well, I hope you won't have to live here all your life. It's not all good place. Not all bad place either. Sort of like fruit on a tree. Some good, some bad. Understand? No matter if you go or stay, think of Cherokee Flats like that till the day you die. Let it be your learning tree.
Freddie see a shot a white man who hit his sister. Whites lynched Freddie and burned down half the Negro homes.
Get that nigger!
Get him! Bring him up! Order! Order!
Hey, Chappie, how about singing us a song?
Yeah.
My baby's gone, all off and gone. Took a rag in an old gunny sack. My baby's gone. My baby's gone, my baby's gone, my baby's gone. My baby's gone, my baby's gone, my baby's gone, my baby's gone, my baby's gone.
Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another movie review. And this review is going to be on The Learning Tree, which was released in 1969, and the film stars Kyle Johnson, Alex Clark, Estelle Evans, Dana Elcar, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Malcolm Atterbury, and Richard Ward. And this is a coming-of-age film. It's based on the book of the same name by Gordon Parks. And Gordon Parks, he ended up producing, screenwriting the film, and he also directed it, which this film is the first film to be directed by a black guy in Gordon Parks. And pretty much, this signifies, with Gordon Parks being the first black filmmaker, he paved the way for other black filmmakers that have come out. And The Learning Tree, just got done watching this film, and it is just very good. It's a very good movie. It's so good. It's just an absolute great film. And the cinematography, I thought was really good. It had a good story. It's greatly acted. And pretty much basically what the film is about is it takes place in Kansas in the 1920s. And it follows Newt Winger, who was played by Kyle Johnson. And pretty much the film chronicles, his journey into manhood. Because we see him, hanging out with his friends. And one day, they end up stealing these apples from this guy, Jake Kiner's orchard. And Jake Kiner is played by George Mitchell. And, Jake Kiner is a white guy. He ends up confronting the boys, but he is beaten by one of Newt's friends named Marcus, who was played by Alex Clark. And pretty much he is sent to jail because of beating up on Jake Kiner. And the sheriff is very racist, and the film tackles, heavy on racism. Because, this is at a time in the 1920s where you couldn't have black people, eating like with white people like that. It was like separation between, blacks and whites. But pretty much the film, depicts on Newt Winger's, life, chronicles his journey into manhood with all these tragic stuff, happening in his life. And pretty much that's basically what the plot to the film is about. But, like I said, the film tackles heavy on racism, like I said, with the sheriff who is very racist. And, there's a scene where he ends up shooting a innocent black man who is crossing the river. And because of that, the sheriff, whose name is Kirky, played by Dana Elcar, and pretty much the sheriff, is not punished, by that. So they end up letting the sheriff get away with that. And he ends up taking Marcus to jail because of, Marcus being up on Jake Kiner. So pretty much we see Newt, he starts to work for Jake Kiner to make up for, stealing his apples from his orchard. And we see the stuff between Newt and his relationship with this girl named Arcella, who is this new girl that moved to the town. And, things take a turn badly because their relationship gets destroyed because there's this white boy who is the son of the judge. He impregnates Arcella, and pretty much she moves away because she's ashamed of that. And pretty much, supposedly, this white boy, named Chauncey Kavanaugh, who was played by Zoe Hall, I think that's how you pronounce his name, pretty much, implied that he impregnated Arcella through rape. But pretty much going back to the stuff with Marcus in jail, the sheriff ends up calling him the N-word, black boy. And there's a scene where Arcella and Newt, they are in like this sort of like drugstore because, back in the day, it was a drugstore and they would sell, like soda or, candy like that. And the guy that works there, gives them soda, and he ends up telling Newt And Araceli, oh, well, you could drink that outside. Implementing, comes into race. Like I said, at that time, black and whites were, separated. They had their own type of, way that, they could enjoy themselves. So, but like I said, it tackles big on racism and also tackles on religion. Pretty much because Newt ends up telling his mother, which his mother is Sarah Winger, who is played by Estelle Evans. He ends up asking her, I'm afraid of dying, because he ends up having a nightmare of, the black guy that the sheriff shot crossing the river. And he's like to his mom, Newt's like to his mom, played by Estelle Evans, I'm afraid of dying. And then there's a scene where they're walking in the woods, and Newt ends up bringing these questions up to his mother, saying, was there a heaven? His mother ends up telling him, nobody knows. There might not be a hell. But very good scene, very good son and mother scene that was. And we find out that his mother, later on is getting sick. But overall, The Learning Tree, very good movie, very powerful film. Just an absolute great film. It's definitely worth watching. Good story, great acting, good cinematography, and tackles issues in racism, religion. So it's definitely a film to check out. I like the song at the beginning it's called The Learning Tree as well. Not too sure who sings it. Look it up here. It's sung by O.C. Smith. His name is O.C. Lee Smith. And he ended up singing the song, The Learning Tree, of the same name, which is a good song at the beginning of the film. But Learning Tree, definitely check it out. It's worth the watch. And this is the Criterion collection release of the film. Very good edition. This is the Blu-ray. And has a lot of special features on the back here. Criterion, they load up their releases with good special features. But this has a new 2K digital restoration with uncompressed monaural soundtrack, new documentary on the making of the film, and its artistry featuring creator Rhea L. Combs and filmmakers Ina Diane Archer, Ernest R. Dickerson, and Nelson George. It also has a new conversation moderated by film scholar Michael B. Gillespie between artist Hank Willis Thomas and art historian Deborah Willis about the influence of director Gordon Parks. It has The Movie Makers, a featurette that shows Gordon Parks on location for the film, which they end up shooting the film in Kansas, in Fort Scott, Kansas. And it also has My Father, Gordon Parks, a documentary made on the set of the film, narrated by Gordon Parks Jr. And it has interviews with Gordon Parks Sr. and members of the cast and crew. Also has Diary of a Harlem Family and The World of Perry Thomas, two 1968 films on which Parks played creative roles, with an introduction by Combs and George. And it also has the trailer. Also has a 1963 Life magazine photo essay by Gordon Parks, and excerpt from the director's 2005 book, A Hungry Heart, a Memoir. And so this is what you get in the inside. Of course, here you have the essay book. There's, Newt Winger there, played by Kyle Johnson. This is the final shot of the film here. So very nice, shot there in the final scene of the film where he's walking off. You got your cast there. And, it just, talks about the film. Very nicely detailed book, on the making of the film. Show this. It's a very nice photos. Yeah, very good essay book. Also in here it has from Return Home by Gordon Parks. But yeah, that's the essay book. And you got your Blu-ray disc right there. But The Learning Tree, definitely give this film a watch. Very good movie. And, this is the type of film that if they set a film in that time period, today, this is a film that, if it was made now, it would cause a lot of stir between people, with it being, PC, and the whole PC culture. But give the movie a shot. It's definitely worth the watch. But anyway, that's it for my review of The Learning Tree. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And until next video, I'll see you all later.